5 or 6 years ago, when Rob and I got into property, I was kind of walking up and down Agents Row, going and viewing loads and loads of deals. And I made it my business to make friends with all of the estate agents that I could do. And I kind of spotted a few that I thought were really, really good, real kind of sharp boys and girls. And they were generally a little bit younger, more like the kind of wheeler-dealer type, or wheeler-diva, as we call them. And, they used to get me loads of deals, and I used to take them out, and we used to go, have a beer after work and all that sort of stuff, because it's really the relationship with the agents that gets you the best deals from them. And I really learned that. I learned that from a couple of mentors who had bought a lot at the time. And a couple of those guys really stuck out to me, one of them in particular. And at the time, Rob and I had talked about this business we were going to grow and this progressive engine buying machine that we were going to have. And we knew we needed to get people in who could help us do that. And I found this one guy who had probably sold more deals, he'd joint ventured with more people, he'd got more property investors in our local town than anybody else. He'd really excelled, and I absolutely begged him to come and work for us. And in the end, he agreed. And his name's Alex. Alex Way. Alex is going to talk to you guys today about how you get those deals from agents, because he used to be one of them. And he is like the best estate agent or ex-estate agent that I know in the whole of the country. Can you put your hands together for Alex Way?
Hello, how are we doing? Hey. I said, how are we doing? No, that was good that time. Well done. So, I suppose you're all here to know about estate agents. I know a little bit about estate agents, so hopefully I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge, a few tricks and tips. So, quick show of hands. Who's... Whoa, ready? Who is an investor, what they class as an investor already, and is dealing with estate agents, but not getting the results they want? Okay. Who is getting good results from estate agents, but think a few little tweaks and tips might change that to get even better results? Who here has not got a hand or is being dragged here and wondering what the hell they're doing here? Yeah, okay, there's two. Well done, thank you very much. So, good stuff. I'm glad everyone's sort of in the same sort of boat. So obviously, Mark just gave me a fantastic introduction. I just want to say thank you very much, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, to Rob and Mark for putting me on this stage, and for you guys to listening to me prattle on for the next however long. So thank you very much. I'm going to work out which... I've got two clickers. I've never done... It's like the old... that I can't even do. So... there you go. So I used to be a successful estate agent. I was a little bit more successful than that. As Mark said, I dealt with a lot of investors, and I dealt with a lot of people I didn't really want to deal with. So I dealt with perhaps first-time buyers who'd say, yeah, I want it, I want it, I want it. The wind had changed direction and they'd decide, oh, actually, I don't want it anymore. Or they'd be like, yeah, we want it, want it. And then mum and dad would talk them out of it. Oh, it's a bad time to buy. So I used to deal with lots of people, but the amount of deals that actually went through was just nowhere near the amount that I wanted to. So I used to deal with investors. And I just became quite sort of focused. I used to sort of cherry pick which deals I went for and which properties and which investors, because I knew which ones would go through. But the reason I'm standing here today is just through a bit of hard work, a bit of knowledge, and being very, very sad about dealing... I obsess over Rightmove. It must be my most watched internet site, which is something for a 27-year-old guy. No, honestly, I'm not clever. My education is probably far worse than a lot of you in here. And I just want everyone to know that no matter what social standing you have, what bank account balance you have, whether you've got 45 letters after your name or none, that estate agents can be dealt with and you can get deals from them. because a lot of it is down to being their friend, being a salesman's friend, because loads of people don't give them the time of day, and loads of people don't actually want to deal with them, or they treat them like shit, really. I'm just going to strip off a little bit. So, the estate agents just want to be treated like normal human beings. And I think that's really important. Obviously, I was an estate agent, and many of you are probably thinking, why am I listening to this guy in this stupid shirt on stage? He's just hung his jacket on the flip chart. But I went through a really difficult 6 months in my life. I spent every day of that 6 months at Estate Agents Anonymous. I was chucked holy water on, all that sort of stuff. I'm a reformed character. I know Rob will joke about it, but genuinely, I like estate agents. Yeah, I get on well with them. But do you know what? I don't want to buy as many houses as possible. And what gives me a lot of a thrill is when I have people coming up to me and saying, Alex, I bought a house because of the trick that you said on stage. And I want you guys to do well. And I want you guys to be able to deal with estate agents confidently, concisely, and be able to get as many deals as possible. More deals than you know what to do with. Does that sound like a good thing?
Yes.
Cool, you're getting good at this. So, I wasn't anything special. I'm still not anything special, but I have just flipped my slides on too quickly. But honestly, I just want to help you guys get even better. And when I was an estate agent, that was probably 6 years ago, so I was 21 then. Oh, those are the days. Even I feel old. So I was 21 then, and Rob and I and Mark, yeah, that's it, used to go out, and Mark used to rag up and down Estate Agents Row in his M3. He used to think he was impressing everyone. He obviously was. And we used to go out and we used to have a laugh, and we were three young single guys. So what do three young single guys do? We stand at the bar hoping women are going to come up to us. No, but we used a lot of these techniques, and you know Rob likes reading his books, yeah? So he likes reading his books and learning what's going on, learning what's happening. And Rob read this dating book. Can you imagine that? So Rob read this dating book about how to get fine young ladies to do what he wanted them to do. I'm so glad he's not in here. To do what he wanted them to do ethically. No, I'm kind of being serious here. So basically, we sat down, Rob, Mark and I, and they interviewed me. They sat me in a room and they completely grilled me. Like, got every single nugget of information you could. And then we sat down with Simon. We sat down with a Wheeler Diva. And we sat down with probably 20 to 25 other estate agents. And what we did is we went through what gets you deals, what is going to help you get deals, how to get deals, and how to monetize those deals. Would everyone like the sound of that? Would everyone like that little pill that's going to make you do that? Yes. We've created a dating manual, a time-bridging blueprint for estate agents, and we really, genuinely, we've created this blueprint that's it's like a dating manual. It's date 1 to 12 of how to get deals from binner to banker in estate agents' terms. And with this blueprint, I defy anyone not to get cracking like 40, 50% below market value deals just with this blueprint. You can do it. It's so easy. It literally, you follow it step by step. Is anyone process driven? You like analytical, your numbers, your figures, you like to know the step by step by the flow charts, yeah? Paul, yeah. You need this, my friends. So this blueprint will genuinely save you probably, I don't know, 10, 15 grand per deal. Really, it will. It's that powerful. It's like a drug. So we reckon it's going to 5 grand a bonus for you. So Anyway, I joined Progressive, as Mark said. He begged me. That was good fun. So he begged me. I asked for my salary. Rob went, he did the flinch that he tells everyone about. But where am I now? I was down there. I was an estate agent. I wasn't selling many deals. I wasn't doing much business. I could eat probably once a week. That's what I look like I do. But it wasn't a good place to be. And so I kind of decided to myself, look, this is the time I'm going to change. And this is the thing that I'm going to do differently. And this is the way I'm going to move forward in my life. And I'm really glad I did, actually. I'm glad I did because it's helped me to get where I am now. I don't have any of those, but I'd like to. No, I earn good money from buying deals. And you can too. Does everyone like it when Rob says, you can earn 3, 6, 9 grand a month selling deals? Yeah? No one's got any hands left, but yeah, good. That's stuff. Everyone likes the sound of it. And I make good money from doing that. And this is through learning and dealing with estate agents. I drive a nice car. We have a Moët & Chandon water cooler in the office. I searched ages for that image. And with this, the good wages I earn, the money I earn, I can wear stupid shirts like this. Aren't you jealous of me? No, I'm kind of joking. I'm kind of being serious. But I buy 80% of our deals that we buy for Progressive every single month. And the deals that we're sourcing for ourselves, for our hands-free investors, for other investors, I'm buying like 8 to 15 deals a month, 80% of which are coming through estate agents. What would I do with my time if I didn't deal with estate agents? And as I said, I'm not big, I'm not clever. I'm not really that sharp. But if you could deal with estate agents and get these deals, is that going to be a good thing? Yes. Education. I learnt a lot. I've been on courses, I've read books, I've obsessed over Rightmove, and I mean obsessed. And I've obsessed over loads and loads of different things because I want to know more. I used to think, I remember we went to an event probably about 2 years ago, and I was rooming with Mark, and at like 2 o'clock in the morning, Mark woke up, and he's looking at his phone. I'm like, what are you looking at, Mark? He's like, Yorkshire Bank's interest rates just changed. I'm like, Mark, you geek. 2 years later, I'm the same. I spend too much time with that man. So my education, my training in a estate agency. A friend of mine said to me, what should I do? I'm bored of my career and that I'm doing at the moment. I don't know what to do. I said, go and be an estate agent. You'll get used to rejection. You get used to selling, negotiating, dealing with people. I owe a lot to my career in a estate agency. Genuinely, I do. Rob, my flicker's not working. There you go. I had to put that on there. I met those two. They've been a big help to it. But one of the biggest things, the single biggest things that's helped me to succeed and be where I am is standing out from the crowd. And what I don't want you to do, really honestly, is get excited after this weekend and go back on Monday morning and get dragged down. Can everyone relate to that a little bit? You're buzzing, you're on cloud 9. You're desperate to succeed, you're desperate to do deals, you're desperate to go and use joint venture lease options, deal packaging, estate agents, whoa, everything. And you go back and it's like, oh, but you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do the other. Can everyone relate to that slightly? Whether it be your friends, your family, your loved ones, whatever it might be. You don't have to ditch all those people. I'm not telling you to get rid of all your friends and family, but just genuinely, be prepared to stand up for yourself and be prepared to be different. Would anyone like me to tell you some juicy tricks and tips? Yes. Man, you said that so convincingly. Anyone think I bored you for a bit? Right. So, the disrupt formula. I get asked all the time. It's got to be one of the most pertinent questions that people ask me. Why would you sell a deal? Why would you sell your house at 25 to 60% below market value? Has anyone ever thought that? Yeah? Can I have a show of hands? Has anyone ever thought that? Why someone would sell? Now, not all of you put your hands up, so can you put your other hand up and I'm going to come and talk to you and find out the real reason. No, honestly. And the key to it is, and this is the really important thing, so write this down. The reason people sell, their motivation is not price. If you or I sell our houses, we sell our house, we want as much as possible. We don't really care about if the fact that it sits on the market for another 2, 3, 4, 5 months, whatever. We don't really mind about that because the most important thing is we sell it and we get what we want for the property. Is that right? Yeah? But so what you need to do is you need to deal with the people who want to sell their property but aren't motivated by price. Obviously everyone's slightly motivated by price, but we've got 7 different categories. We had 7.5, but we scaled it back to 7. And I'll tell you the half in a minute. We've got 7 different categories that most people fall into as to why they will sell their property at massive discounts. We've got divorce. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you. Get out of my life. It happens. It's a real massively motivator. Does anyone know what National Divorce Day is? Don't shake your heads at me. January the 14th. Put it in your diary for next year. Put Alex says National Divorce Day is. No, National Divorce Day is the 14th of January. Christmas. What does everyone do for Christmas? They spend way too much money. They put it all on a Christmas card, a credit card, a Christmas card, all a load of money. Postman's like, get in the door. So they put it all on a credit card. What happens after Christmas, after they spent 2 weeks together? They hate each other. And then the bills come in. And they have to pay their bills. So, divorce. National Divorce Day. Serious stuff. Closely linked with that. In debt. People get themselves into monumental amounts of debt. And you'd be surprised the amount of debt I see people rack themselves into without their partner knowing. That's scary. I see some people looking at their other half thinking, is that you? No, they do. Or people get themselves into massive amounts of debt and they have to sell their house straight away. People will bury their heads in the sand and call me and say, Alex, my house is getting repossessed. I'm like, okay, cool, that's all right. Don't worry, calm down. We can sort it out. When's it getting repossessed? This afternoon. Oh, really? So honestly, people get themselves into debt. They struggle, but it's a massive motivator. And it's not necessarily, some of you are thinking, well, that's price motivated. But people lose their jobs. You've got a 100 grand house, they've got a 30 grand mortgage, and they struggle to pay the repayments each month because they can't get a job. Is everyone following so far? Yep. Scaling back. Kids have left home. Dogs have left home. Wife's probably left home as well. Needs a new house. No, downsizing, basically. Scaling back. Relocation. Relocation. People think they put the house on the market. The relocation company says, you're moving in 6 months' time. They think, all right, I'll put it on the market, get loads of money for it. 4.5 months later, it's still on the market. It hasn't sold. And they're thinking, okay, need to move in 6 weeks' time. I know what you ladies are like about getting packed up and making sure everything's in nice little boxes. Upsizing. People who are upsizing. People who are getting themselves a new house. People who need more space. People who need more bedrooms. People who've had too many babies. So upsizing. Probate. Unfortunately, it happens. Unfortunately, it's part of life. But it's a very good opportunity for you to get deals. This isn't what I'm supposed to be talking about, But do you want really key tip of information?
Yes.
No, okay, carry on. Probates are very often dealt with by solicitors. Now, Silver, if you're still in the room, or anyone living in Scotland, you're going to say, but all the sales are dealt with by solicitors. In England, basically, the sales are dealt with by solicitors. Solicitors don't know how to sell houses. So it's a very good opportunity to get a good price, get deals for a very good price, because solicitors don't know how to market them. They don't know where to market them. They don't know, or they give them to estate agents, and they're the most backward estate agents you've ever seen in your life. You know, the sort that sit in their massive great chairs with a leather desk. You know the sort I mean? So yeah, probate property is a massive opportunity for a deal because they don't know how to sell those deals. I thought that was important as well. I nearly dropped this. Tenant issues. 2007, market goes downwards. People turn into accidental landlords. If they don't know how to deal with tenants, if they don't have the right training, the right education, the right knowledge, they don't know how to deal with tenants, and the tenants cause them massive issues. Yeah? We all on the same page? Yeah. Am I going too fast, too slow? Cool. Now, the talk is told something about ex-estate agents and something that they're not supposed to tell you. Would you like to know something that I learnt in the estate agency that's so cool and so key and no one really knows about it?